Hi, I'm Bunny Cakes and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the new to Booktube tag or the Booktube Newbie tag. I've heard it as both. The original tag was done by Trina at Between Chapters, and I will link her channel and video down below. So the first question is, where are you joining us from? And I'm in Eastern Kentucky. How old are you? I'm 33. Question 3 is, why did you join Booktube? Because I wanted to discuss books with other people who read. I don't have a whole lot of friends or people in my life who read as much as I do or read the things I like to read. So I was hoping to find friends and like-minded individuals, and also I wanted to review books and share my thoughts with whoever came across my channel. What is the meaning behind your channel name is question number 4. And I actually did a video on my other channel discussing where the name Bunny Cakes came from, and I will link the video down below so you can go watch that. And the Tomes of Endless Wonder came from a story I read when I was a kid. I can't remember what it was, but it was about this book that basically acted like the Room of Requirement from Harry Potter, and when you opened it, the exact story you needed or whatever story you wanted would be in the book for you to read. And I always thought that was so amazing, and I wanted a book like that. And that's actually what I named my very first Kindle Fire, because I bought it to be an e-reader. And so yeah, that's where it came from. What types of books do you read and want to talk about here? I primarily read like mysteries and thrillers and horror and fantasy. But I'm also looking into branching out into other things like steampunk and contemporary and LGBTQ and cultural books. And I'm hoping that in joining YouTube and watching Booktube rather, and watching other booktubers, that I'll be exposed to that. And I'm going to discuss everything I read on this channel. I'm also going to talk about book nerdy things and have discussions and do booktube tags and that sort of thing. Who are some of your favorite authors? Bram Stoker, Anne Rice, Stephen King, Dean Koontz, Tolkien, George R.R. Martin, to name a few. The last book I read was Beetle the Bard's, The Tales of Beetle the Bard, and right before that, I believe it was 13 Reasons Why. The book I'm currently reading, it's a reread. I am reading The Shining by Stephen King. Question 9 is, what do you use for bookmarks? And the answer is anything. Literally anything. I have used receipts and torn up pieces of paper and torn up pieces of boxes and pencils or pens. The other day I actually used a multivitamin because I had it in my hand and I needed a drink of water that was away from me, so I put the pill in there and I closed my book and I went to get my water. I have also used parts of my cat. She likes to lay on my books, and occasionally if I need to move just quickly and it won't disturb her and she's laying there, I will close my book on her paw or her tail, or I'll lay it on her back. Sometimes cats are good temporary bookmarks. Show us your TBR pile. I don't have any books with me at the moment, but I will tell you what's in my TBR pile. I have the Dark Tower 2 and 3 books that are next up on my list, and a new thriller called The Girl Before. Those are top of the list of my TBR, and then I have some ARCs that I have promised to review that are down on there, but I'm not allowed to mention all of the names right now because they're not released. So I can't show them or talk about them. The next question is, which do you prefer, hardcover or paperback? For me, mostly it depends on the size and weight of the book. So, like, a little book like this, it doesn't matter really, but, like, I would be okay if it was a hardback. But if it's a book the size of a refrigerator, like the last couple of Harry Potter books, or like Stephen King's The Stand, then I definitely want paperback or something like that, because those books are so heavy, and I often read a lot like while I'm out and I have carpal tunnel, and really heavy books make my fingers go numb. Ebooks or physical books, it really doesn't super matter. I find ebooks really convenient because I have e-readers, like 6 different ones on my phone, so I can read anywhere without having to remember to take a book or remembering to pick up my book if I set it down while I'm out. There's also the fact that I have insomnia and often read really late into the night when other people are trying to sleep, and there's not a whole lot of lamps in my house, so that means I have the overhead light on if I'm reading a physical book, but with an ebook I can read in the pitch dark and it doesn't really bother anybody. So sometimes I kind of lean towards ebooks just because they're kind of convenient. Owning or borrowing books doesn't matter to me, though mostly right now, because of financial reasons, I am borrowing a lot of books. Love the library. What book or series got you into reading? I've always really read, but there have been significant series that like have gotten me back into reading or whatever. And the first one is The Egypt Game by Zilpha Keatley Snyder, right here. I actually did a video talking about this book and how it got me reading. It's a really fun story, and I will try to link it below. So this really, it was my first like big girl, big kids book that didn't have a lot of pictures and it had chapters. The next significant one I can remember is the Vampire Chronicles series by Anne Rice. That hit me about middle school time, and I had stopped reading a whole lot up until that point, and I fell into that series and started reading like a maniac again. And then the next time I fell off reading and got started back, it was the Harry Potter series. And I was like a junior or a senior in high school, and my brother brought a book with him when he came to visit me, and I read like the first 4 or 5 books in the series like that spring break, and spring break at that point had like 3 or 4 days left in it. What are you currently reading? I am currently reading The Shining by Stephen King. It's actually I skipped back. Sorry about that. How did you discover Booktube? I discovered Booktube through Peter Mon. I stumbled across his drama channel, which is now a candle review company, and he made a video, I believe, that was called What is Booktube on that channel, and I had no idea it existed. I never would have thought of it. And so he talked about it, and he talked about his Booktube channel, and I started watching that, and then I started branching out, and then I fell down the rabbit hole of YouTube and Booktube. What challenges do you think you'll face with your own channel? Let's see, probably keeping up with it, because I have a tendency to start things and not finish things. And the only other real challenge I can think of will be coming up with video ideas that aren't book reviews and book hauls. And the last question is, where else can we find you? Link up. I have all of my social media linked down below. I have Facebook and Twitter and Tumblr and Snapchat and Goodreads and Bookster linked down there. And finally, I am going to tag Megan Tennant over at Author Megan Tennant. She's very new to Booktube, and I don't know if this is the kind of video she wants to do, but I'm tagging her anyway, and we'll find out. So that being said, please subscribe to my channel. There's buttons down there and a button right there. Hit the like button. It's down there too. And hit the notification bell. It's down there. Check out my vlog weight loss channel. You can find a button up there. And check out these videos over here if you want to watch more of my content. And please share my videos with your friends and family and the people who follow you on social media to spread my channel and share my content. And other than that, please keep reading.